Yo, welcome back to the Nerds with Glasses podcast. I'm your host, Knowledge.
And I'm Javi. Here at Nerds with Glasses, we're bringing you our favorite news of the week. This week, it seems all about money.
Money. So we're definitely going to start with Destiny. I already did a commentary about if I think you should buy it or not.
Right.
We already talked about it and all that.
We've been talking about it since the beta. We've been talking about it since before the beta.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it since E3 of last year. It seems like.
But what we want to talk about today is money. So it became the highest selling new IP of all time, just like off first day.
Yeah,
you know, like
500 million, which I don't know if it's all. I think a lot of that was digital, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you said a lot. Yeah, I remember you said that they also became the highest selling digital ever.
Which,
like,
I mean, honestly, with that deal they had, the free upgrade, that was a really, I guess, smart move. It looks like at first I thought it was not going to be that smart because they're losing money. Yeah. But it ended up being like, okay, maybe it ended up working better for them.
Yeah, because there's no overhead, and chances are a lot of people bought it on the 360 with plans
to get it for the next console.
To get it for the next console, and they might not even get the next console. You know, if you think about it that way. And then if they do, they'll probably buy a bunch of DLC and blah blah blah. You know, because if they, I don't know. But like, highest selling new IP of all time. And the grand scale of things is pretty big selling overall too. I think it has to be like top 10. I know number 1 is Call of Duty Ghosts.
Ghosts, I think it sold like $1 billion on its first day.
On its first day, I think overall, probably.
I want to say GTA 5.
Yeah, GTA 5.
Yeah, because that sold almost $1 billion on its first day.
Yeah, dude.
And people are still gonna buy it again when it comes out
for the next gen, which we'll get into in a little bit. But to me, it's crazy all the hype. That I think hype really kind of sold Destiny.
It sold. I mean, it sold a lot of games. Like all the Call of Duties have been sold on hype alone.
But at least the Call of Duty can say that they have a history where they have a fan base already. Whereas Destiny, I mean, obviously, I guess people were banking on Bungie for one thing.
I'm sure like a lot of people that are playing Destiny right now were huge fans of Halo.
Yeah, I mean, like to me, it was one of those things. I played the beta and I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but I was just like, I have faith in Bungie. Like I have faith in Bungie. Yeah, for real. Like it's just like I love Halo that much. Where it was like, and with this game, like I said before, I already talked about it, but just overall, like it's not a bad game. I think it's worth playing. But it definitely isn't the game of our generation.
It just doesn't live up to the hype.
Yeah.
Like it could have been. Like if you know, I mean, it's a great game, but there was so much hype coming out around.
But and how fair is that though? Do you think that's fair that like we judge it that way, or?
I don't know. I don't think it's fair, but it happens.
And I think part of the problem, and I think we said this last week too, is just it's not only that people were hyping it, is that Bungie was hyping it, like in a way that made it feel like it was gonna be like, because a lot of times, the studios obviously have to hype their own stuff.
Yeah, they have to sell it.
Yeah, but at the same time, they were saying things that were making you think that it was just the greatest thing you'll ever play, and where most studios will tell you it's just like, oh, we're confident you'll enjoy it or this and that, but with Bungie it was just like. They signed 10 years.
They signed that contract with the devil.
Yeah,
dude,
I think playing the game, I feel like they lost their spark, their fire to make it. Because I just feel like they're so. And it's not only Halo. I know Halo's a great franchise, but you guys probably don't know Myth, but Myth was a great franchise too, which they made before Halo. Okay. And Marathon was too, in its own right. I never played Marathon, but I've heard that it's good. I played Myth, and one of my cousins is a huge fan of Myth.
Was this before Halo?
Yeah, before Halo. So it's not like one of those things where they're just a one-hit wonder. Like, you know, maybe we put too much faith in them. It's like, no, dude, like they know what they're doing. But also Bungie said that their studio was 150 people when they made Halo Reach. To make Destiny, it was 500 people. So it over tripled in size. So I think there might have been a lot of transition.
But it also could definitely be because this game definitely doesn't seem, not that it's not finished, but it just feels like one of those, you know, they're gonna come out with expansions.
I mean, yeah, and which they are for sure.
Yeah, well, they are, but it's like they definitely like the game didn't feel as strong as it should have been, you know, for a game that does that.
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair too, not only expansions, I know they have like public events that happen in the game, which is like, I had an experience, so maybe that stuff's cool. The raids aren't in there, you know, which are the 16th they start, which will be Tuesday, I believe.
Right.
So like, it's one of those things where it's like you haven't even played the full game yet, and if you didn't get to rank 20, then they keep saying it. They're like, you gotta get to rank 20. And then the game will really start.
Yeah, and that, I mean, that's the thing with a lot of games. You know, a lot of these games with level up systems, the beginning always is not. I mean, that's the whole RPG element. Like,
yeah,
games are not necessarily fun in the very beginning.
Yeah,
it's a very not necessarily tough, but just you don't have anything. You know, like it's very limited. Once you get, you know, to the mid to high levels, it just like the game is just a lot more fun.
Yeah, you get all this cool shit, this cool armor, cool abilities.
Yeah, you know, especially like, you know, in games where you get to like choose your different stats, you'll be playing completely different from the end. I mean, from the beginning to the end.
Yeah. I guess the question is, that's fun and all, like, to get better stuff, and Destiny definitely has that. But like, are the missions too just repetitive for, okay, I have all this cool shit, but what am I gonna do with it? Am I just gonna play this same mission over and over again?
Yeah, and that's the thing I was saying, that it definitely wasn't a strong enough presence.
Yeah.
Like, as far as right now, I don't feel it's like strong enough to like. It's definitely gonna keep me, but in general, for a lot of people, I don't think it's gonna like have for a long period of time.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, I think maybe as they start releasing more stuff, I think people are gonna give it a chance regardless.
Yeah,
because I know it's the biggest selling.
The biggest hype game. I mean, not just selling. You know, it was hyped. Just like all the games that are hyped, everyone wants to try them.
Yeah, I have a feeling that if I go back to it maybe a month from now, it just, after all the hype is over, after everything, I think I might even enjoy it even more.
The thing you have to be careful of is there's probably going to be a shitload of events between that month. So you're just going to miss out on a lot of shit.
Whatever, I don't care. I like the strike missions. I'm down to just do strike missions for fun and like keep leveling up or whatever. You know, speaking of money about it too, we saw that the Activision stock dropped.
It's actually down.
That was fucking hilarious.
I mean, it's 38 cents, which is kind of big, I guess. I don't know. I'm not big on the stock market, but it seems, I mean,
like, it just depends on how much their stock is worth.
I think it was like $23 right now.
So yeah, I mean, that's pretty significant amount. Like, I mean, but
and it's just kind of weird that like, why would it? It seems like this is not something. If anything, would stay the same. Yeah, but it should have definitely, you know, gone up.
Probably, and I imagine, like we were saying, it's probably like people buy it before the game comes out, and then when it comes out, they start selling. Yeah, you know, especially because it got a lot of bad reviews in the press.
Yeah, and a lot of 6 on GameSpot.
Yeah, I was like, what? I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah,
and like for all the people, I've seen plenty of people who absolutely hate it. I've also seen an equal amount of people who absolutely love it.
Like die hard.
Yeah, so it's
it's already Destiny or die. Like,
if you don't like Destiny, we can't be friends. All right, well, more with money and Microsoft. They're attempting to buy Mojang.
Yeah, there's a rumor going around. You know, it began, people were like, oh, Microsoft is buying Minecraft.
Yeah, so Mojang is the creator of Minecraft.
Yeah, they're the developer behind Minecraft. And there's this rumor going around that Microsoft might potentially buy them for about $2 billion.
$2 billion. Let's put this in perspective. There's 40 employees at Mojang total.
Right.
There's 3 people who own.
Yeah, 3. I was surprised to hear there's only 3 shareholders.
Yeah, 3 people who own it. So they've stayed really independent. You know, even though they've made a lot of money, they've sold over 54 million copies,
and are still selling.
Exactly, and they're only like at the tip of the iceberg because Minecraft is starting to spread to schools and fucking all across the globe.
Dude, it's gonna be, you know,
kids in Africa have smartphones playing Minecraft. Like,
yeah, there's like, you know, movie deals. I'm sure they're gonna get something with Legos.
Yeah,
like, they already have something with Legos, like a little big. But it's like, I found it funny because, you know, people are like, why would you buy Lego Minecraft when Minecraft is already Legos?
Yeah,
you know
I know.
I mean?
It doesn't make any sense.
But I mean, it's still awesome to just have Legos. I mean,
it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, because you know, it's more hands-on for people. But
I think that's Minecraft's destiny. Now you say it. Wow.
They're just gonna make in, like, you know, a Legoland Minecraft. You know, like they're just gonna build a whole park specifically for Minecraft.
Dude, they should.
Right?
That's more money.
Like, I don't know. I mean,
right?
Should I get a job? Like, you know, coming up with ideas for people. My ideas probably, you know, cost way too much money than they actually have. You know what I mean? But these are amazing ideas. But
well, for $2 billion, I'm sure you can build a fucking you can buy all of South America.
But the crazy thing is, they're not just buying them out to make them exclusive either.
Yeah.
They're actually, it seems like more like a partnership kind of thing than anything.
Yeah. Well, what I read from the article was one of their main objectives is that they're 100% invested in Windows phones. But Windows phones are failing miserably. Because obviously Android is probably just as big as iPhone now.
Right.
And those are the two big heavy hitters. But even outside of them, there's still just like BlackBerry. It's BlackBerry is bigger than Windows Phone. Like nobody has a Windows Phone. And Minecraft is not on Windows Phone. They asked the creator, it's like, why isn't it on Windows Phone? He's just like, there's not enough people for it to make any sense for us to port it over. Yeah. Which is like a spit in the face on Microsoft. But I mean, yeah, they definitely don't want to make it a Xbox exclusive
or Microsoft exclusive in general.
Yeah, just because they can see how much money it would make.
Yeah, and it's, you know, I remember I was reading that, you know, they're probably gonna get some stuff like they already have. I don't know. I've never seen the PS3 version of Minecraft. Yeah. But you know, the Xbox version has like a bunch of like Xbox skins. Like it has Halo skins. I don't know if the PS3 version has anything like that. I haven't seen anything like that.
Yeah, me either. And the PS4 either. PS4 has it now too.
Yeah. And it's one of those things like on YouTube and everything. Most people that do play Minecraft on console, it's always the Xbox. The 360 at least. Yeah. Because everyone has it. So it's just like, I mean, are they gonna just be getting more exclusive stuff like that with that? Because they can definitely do like, you know, time exclusive.
Yeah, and I think that's what they plan on doing. Overall, I think it's a great investment though, because like.
Yeah, I mean, for Microsoft, it's definitely a great investment. I mean, for like gamers, people that play Minecraft, it doesn't seem like Microsoft is trying to, you know, be that evil corporation and is gonna change everything.
Yeah, because they already have enough hate on them. Like if they just took Minecraft away from like all PS3, like PS4 gamers.
Well, that would be really bad if they
did. Dude, there would be a fucking riot around like
with the 5 people that actually own it on either of those systems.
The 5 people on PS3 who own it.
Because I mean, honestly, most people play on PC anyway.
Yeah. And secondary, the 360, I would say.
And then the phone.
Yeah, exactly. And then like fucking 1993 flip phones. And then fucking PS3.
Yeah, so like, it doesn't seem like they're trying to do anything like that. And I mean, it just seems like hopefully they will want to help them out.
So to put it further into perspective, I thought this was an awesome little fact. Microsoft bought a couple of years ago. They bought Nokia. I know everybody's heard of Nokia phones, all this different shit.
Aren't they like the ones that are the ones that people say are indestructible?
I guess. Like you just like run a tank over them. Yeah, they do make. They do make one of those versions. Yeah. But anyways, they bought Nokia, a major corporation from like Norway or Sweden or some shit. They bought them for $7.6 billion. They're trying to buy Mojang, an indie developer of just like a couple of guys in their basement who decided to make a game, and they're selling for almost like a third. Which is crazy, like you know.
But they are an independent company. I mean, Nokia is.
No, I'm saying it in a good way.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm saying it just like put it in perspective. It's just like this major Nokia who's been around for like 40, 30 years.
I just realized the Nokia Lumia is the only Windows phone. Like that's the only one I know. That makes sense. Like I was like, why didn't this Nokia make a Windows phone? It didn't make any sense.
Like, oh, they do, yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just like that's crazy what people can accomplish, like how the world is changing. You know, like these kind of old tech giants are kind of going out the window right now. The new wave is like the indie developer, the guy who does it himself and becomes like a millionaire.
Dude, these guys are so rich.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even. Oh my god.
Yeah,
like, just alone, what's his name? I believe Marcus Persson Notch.
Yeah.
Is gonna, according to all the percentages, he's gonna get like 1.4 billion of those.
1.4 billion.
That's how much he's gonna be.
Not talking about how much money he has already.
Yeah.
From Minecraft.
From this 2 billion, if this deal does end up going through.
Yeah. So in Minecraft before they had that issue with the servers.
Yeah, I wonder how the whole payments and donations and the lawsuits. I wonder how that's gonna transfer over.
So like one of the main issues was that people were making these servers and charging for them, which is obviously you would because you're spending money to make it. And a lot of parents were complaining because their kids were buying a bunch of shit on Minecraft without them knowing.
It's extremely similar to any like in-app purchases. It's like these things that you don't necessarily need, but they definitely help you get along farther in the game. Yeah,
and so there's an issue that came out recently now with Google Play, and Google Play is just like Android's market, whatever. And so there's a lawsuit that parents are suing Google because their kids are buying like buying all this shit on their apps without them knowing.
Yeah, and apparently I didn't have a Android phone back in whenever this
2011.
Yeah. But apparently, like, there was no passwords or you didn't need a password to confirm purchases.
Yeah.
Which I'm just like, that doesn't
make any sense, especially for Google. But I guess I don't know. Maybe it seems like a little while ago, but I guess it is almost like 3 years now. So
you know, so speaking of like,
so the majority of the lawsuits are coming from people in that time.
I'm assuming, that's what the article was making it out to be. I'm sure there's some now because it's. I mean, people save their credit card information, so it's still. I mean, a child can probably know most of their parents' passwords more than they probably made them.
They probably made them the whole fucking account. Yeah, exactly.
And these kids, you know, they take their parents' credit cards, and some parents don't even bat an eyelash until the bill comes in.
See, to me, if there's a password, there's no way that they could win this lawsuit. But they won the lawsuit. That's the thing.
Yeah, which I'm assuming is like a lot of it has to deal with these purchases before.
Yeah. What was the amount that Google's like 19 million?
Minimum of $19 million.
So Google's gonna pay back $19 million worth of just money that people paid from the App Store because they're kids. That's a lot. Well, I guess for them it's like chump change. It's just like 19 cents.
It's probably like, you know.
Yeah, like all right.
I don't want to deal with this anymore. Here, take this money.
They go into their $10 billion vault and just like, here's fucking 19 million.
Here's my swear jar.
I put in $1 million every time I say fuck. No, that's crazy, dude. Like 19 million. But to me, it makes no sense. It had to be then without the password because there's a big issue now of a lot of parents are becoming more educated about what their kids play and what they're doing and all that stuff, which is good. But if there's a password, then there's no way you can win that lawsuit because that's your fault for either
storing it on your phone, letting your kid use your phone, knowing that you know your password, and you, unfortunately, for being dumb and not looking into your phone. Don't buy a smartphone if you're not gonna take the time to learn how to use it.
Yeah, exactly. And like there's like parental controls on there that you can put like.
And I remember I remember before the smartphones, people would be paying for like ringtones and stuff. Yeah. And you know, I mean, that was different. I don't think they got anything back for that, but that's the same kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, they're like $1 a ringtone.
Sometimes it was like sometimes it was $1 a month.
Oh shit.
Some shit were like that.
Yeah. Damn, that was back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's
flip phone era, dude.
Yeah, it's just one of those crazy things. Like I mean, these parents really need to like parents and children and like everyone needs to like get together and be like, okay, you seriously spent $300,000 in a month on these apps. Like,
how did you do that?
Like my bank account doesn't even have that much. Like the limit isn't even that high. Like how did these phones do it? You know. And it sucks that Google is the one that's gonna have to deal with all this because you know it's also the people that make the games that are getting the money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why don't they have to pay a fucking? You know, I guess it is Google's responsibility to see the transaction through, but it's like, come on, man. So the worst part is some parents argued like, oh, well, I didn't know they were doing it. I was like, well, then you're a bad parent. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It's like I
didn't know my child was looking at porn on the internet.
Yeah,
like, I didn't know that was on the internet.
Like, what the fucking prehistoric times? Come on, man. Let's get with the new wave already.
Right.
Like, I was reading an article where this parent was talking about Clash of Clans and that her son plays Clash of Clans and that he spent like $600 on gems and stuff like that. I was just like, okay. And then like she was like really upset, just like, what the fuck? Like, how can you spend that so much? Like, it costs $60 to buy a game on the Xbox. Why is it $600? And it's just kind of like you just really don't even know what's out there.
Yeah,
like,
it's one of those cases, like so many people like aren't used to the whole free to play aspect of games.
Yeah,
like these games are free. You can play them 100% free.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to take a shit long time, which a lot of people obviously don't,
yeah,
you can pay and pay. They're free to play, play to win. I mean, pay to win. You know, that's how most of these games are. I mean, I get through most of the games, you know, just playing them, not really caring. But I mean, if I really like a game, I do spend.
Yeah,
you know,
and why not?
Yeah, there's some games I spent, online games on computer that I spent over $200 on.
Yeah.
Over a course of a long time, but
yeah,
you know, these games are like meant to be like kind of like these super addictive, super you want to play all the time, but make it really hard for you to play.
Yeah, no, and hopefully parents will start getting that. I guess I don't blame them because it is hard when you get older. You don't understand like what the hell's happening.
Yeah, it's really hard to keep up with.
It takes time, but
you shouldn't have all this like.
Yeah, dude, don't have your shit on your phone. I mean, like if it happened to me, then I just take responsibility for it. It's just like it was my fault.
He's
like,
gonna get smacked.
Yeah, like you will be beaten to death, but it's my fault.
And that's why I don't have children.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why I don't have them right now.
Because I don't want to beat my children to death. Because I'm not gonna be watching them all the time. They're gonna be playing whatever they fucking want on their phones. Like, yeah, no, I don't know, dude. But so this is a crazy thing to me with this Dying Light. This is the next story. Dying Light's this cool parkour first-person shooter zombie game.
Survival horror.
Survival horror, first-person parkour. Looks awesome. Everybody wants to play it. It was gonna come out in February, and lo and behold, what did they say yesterday?
What do they do? What do they always do?
They always delay these games.
Mm-hmm. And this game is doing the exact opposite.
Let's go.
Of what all these games are doing. I mean, all I've heard this whole like, there's no. I don't have an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4 because there's no games I want to play that are coming out.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like, what am I gonna play? I can just play my 360.
Yeah.
But all these games are getting delayed. Some of them are getting delayed like a couple months, weeks. It doesn't matter. They're getting pushed back.
Batman Arkham Knight. The Order 1866. Watch Dogs was delayed at launch. You know,
BioShock Infinite was delayed like half a year.
Yeah, all these games always get fucking delayed, and like I know it's happened before. I just don't know when.
Yeah, like I can't remember in recent memory a game getting pushed up.
But for the first time, this game got pushed the fuck up.
Yeah, most games are. I'm super excited when they come out on time.
Yeah, I know. It's just like wow, it came out the week they said they would. But I think that's cool, man. I hope this sets a precedent where it's just kind of like, hey, you know what? We're done with the game. Like,
yeah, but hopefully they are done. Like, I mean, it's one of those things that, I mean, it does seem like they are done because no one would push a game forward if they were rushing.
Especially in January, because January is typically a dead month. But see, this is, and I heard this. They are like, game journalists were arguing about this earlier this year, where they're like, every fucking game comes out in October and November. Like every game worth noting. The other high time is March.
The same thing with movies.
Yeah, it's just like if you're a game that really wants to stand out, why don't you release in dead summer? Like when there's no games coming out, why don't you just be like the only game that comes out? And so everybody's just like, fuck it, I want to buy a game. I'll go buy Dying Light.
You know, people always want to buy games. I mean, I don't know how well the games sell, but I mean, all these games that have came out, I mean, I wanted to buy just because they're the new game.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I had money to just keep buying, I would buy them just to be like, oh, it looks cool, I'll play it.
Yeah.
So I think this is actually a good idea. Hopefully it pays off. That way,
more companies will start.
Imagine
having a year-round game.
Yeah,
like, not just having to wait till October, November.
Exactly, because dude, October, how many games are coming out? I mean, we're talking about fucking
Sunset Overdrive, Borderlands the pre-sequel,
Alien Isolation, NBA 2K15, FIFA 15. We're talking what was the fucking game? I can't believe I don't remember. Dragon Age. Did they delay that? They delayed that.
I think they delayed that.
Yeah, they did. Oh, what a fucking surprise! Anyway, there's a long list of games that are coming out. And then November, same thing. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Halo Master Chief Edition, both the Assassin's Creeds.
Oh yeah, now they're going to be at the same time, both of them.
Yeah, GTA 5 on the next gen, and fucking Far Cry. Like, that's in a matter of 2 weeks that all that shit's coming out. And like people who really love playing games would probably buy every single one of those games if they could afford it.
Yeah.
But like they can't buy all those games.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that sucks is like throughout the year I have money, but I don't buy games. You know, like I don't.
Yeah, you just end up, you know, spending it on going to the theater, or whatever. You
Which
know,
is fine.
Which is good. But I'm just saying, like, if you're a game developer, why don't you spread it out from your competition? And, you know, actually, now that I think about it, there is another game that pushed forward recently, which leads to our next story. Shadow of Mordor was going to come out October 14th or the 7th, one of those days, and they pushed it up a couple of weeks because that same day was going to be like 8 other games that came out. It was going to be like Drive Club, Alien Isolation, NBA 2K15, Middle Earth. So Middle Earth decided to push themselves up to September 30th. But this next story was crazy again to me. It's like they're delaying Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor is fucking delaying the previous gen.
The 360 and PS3 version.
Yeah, and they're releasing the next gen versions on September 30th. Now, the first thing that came to my mind is this: what? Like, why can't they put it on those old consoles? Do you think that it's a business thing or is it an actual technical thing that it's hard for them to port it over?
The thing is, I don't know who. The way I see it, it's better business for the consoles than it is for them.
Yeah.
You know, because they're pushing the newer one first, so people might be more willing to buy the new gen. The people that are on the fence.
Yeah.
But I don't see how it helps them really, because they would probably get more sales from the older version first.
Okay, so you're saying it's for sure a technical thing.
I want to say it's a technical
or
thing.
Do you think Sony and Microsoft maybe threw them some cash?
I don't know if they would do that. I mean, they might have done that. That's definitely a possibility, because that's what it honestly seems like. Because why else would they put this newer one first? Like, then what's the point of releasing the older one?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and
I mean, besides the technical stuff.
Yeah, and so they did this earlier in the year with Titanfall, and that one makes more sense because it's an exclusive for Xbox anyway. So it was one of those things where it's like, oh, we're having trouble porting over Titanfall through the 360. They're like, oh, we can't for some reason. Like,
that was their only big game besides Rise.
Yeah, and Forza.
Oh, whatever.
And Dead Rising.
Oh, you're right, Dead Rising came out before?
Rise, Dead Rising, and Forza all came out on launch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that one seemed all business, where it was just kind of like, for some reason, quote unquote, they couldn't port over on time Titanfall to the 360, so they're gonna delay it for like 3 weeks. So then everybody who was dying to play Titanfall was just like, fuck it, I'll buy an Xbox One. Like, I'm not gonna wait for this shit.
But that was it wasn't like a month after. How long was the wait between the two?
Well, initially they said 2 weeks, and then they extended it. Right. So it was at least 3 weeks, maybe a month. I'm not exactly sure how long, but I remember for a fact it was going to be only 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. But even then, like, if you're really dying to play the game, which a lot of people were before it came out, because that was another fucking hyped out of the fucking sky game, and that's another example of just exactly like Bungie, where Respawn, like, they had made this great Call of Duty franchise, and so people were kind of like, it's Respawn, they're good. They're good. Yeah, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be good. Don't worry, bro. Like, that one seemed all business. This one, yeah, it seems kind of sketchy, but maybe it is hard for them to port over. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so maybe Titanfall wasn't all business.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be because but what's encouraging to me though is if it's hard for them to port it over to the previous gen. To me, at least, that tells me that they built it on next gen.
And it's gonna look good.
So it should look and feel better on next gen. So I personally like that because I want a reason to play my fucking next gen console already. Like,
what games have we played?
Yeah,
Rise. Dude. The only game I played on next gen was fucking what was it?
Infamous
second, the DLC. That's the only game I played on the next gen.
Yeah, it's kind of like there's no reason to play them yet, but. I don't know. It's encouraging in that fact. Hopefully, they are building it only for next gen now. I know everybody who has a 360 will hate me for saying that, or a PS3, but it's like, bro, it's time.
We need to move on.
Yeah,
like we're breaking up with the Xbox.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we'll give you this one last year, my niggas, and then January.
Yeah, 2015 is the year of next gen.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna let you ease in. You got a whole year to save up the money. Like,
I'm buying the white Xbox One when.
See, Javi's getting one. See, like he's just like he sees the end coming. He sees it coming because Sunset Overdrive.
Finally, a game I want to play on next gen is coming out.
Sunset Overdrive.
That's an exclusive, so I don't have to like be on the fence about it. I know which system I want.
Yeah. Very good. Hopefully it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, that's been our podcast for this week. We will see you next week. Thanks for joining us at Nerds with Glasses podcast. I am your host, Knowledge.
And I'm Javi. Peace out, guys.
Later.